So what do we do on this channel? We watch, talk, and act. And today is a special video about anxiety, depression, the whole works, and how I'm going to correspond with this video. I've never watched it, but we're going to get into it because this is the type of stuff that I believe in and I want to share with you all. Let's go.
Anxiety and depression are diagnosis of Western practitioners. Now, people will not make the connection between diet and spirituality and anxiety and depression, but our ancestors and Jamaican tradition, they knew if your nerves start take you, that they should go get some sauce of leaf and boil it and give you, and you drink it at night time, or some guava leaf, because they are inextricably bound, all of these things. And we need to recognize that we cannot compartmentalize one thing and this and the, your health is not over here, your mental state is over here, your nutrition is over here, and your relationships are over here. They're all bound. When your liver is not working, you're very angry, you're also very depressed, you're also very sluggish. So many things can happen when your body is filled with toxins. Right? If your body is filled with parasites, your temperament is also going to be disturbed, right?
And another thing about that, y'all, when it comes to parasites, here's how I learned about parasites really briefly. I watched this video of this guy suffering from, what do you call it? Rabies, right? And I didn't know a few years ago that you could actually die of rabies. And the guy, he was trying to drink water, right? And rabies won't allow you to drink water. And I found that very odd. And I said to myself, that's odd. So another video pops up, right? I'm just searching through YouTube and I see this parasite come out of this praying mantis and it goes into the water. I thought to myself, now mind you, the parasite had already, the mantis was dead, but the parasite knew that the mantis was dead. It was actually controlling the mantis and went into the water, and the body of the mantis just fell over, but the parasite went back into the water, which I found very odd. So I correlated those two, and what I did not know about parasites actually control your mind state, control your cells, everything like that. Parasites do that because what they do is they mimic. I did not know that. So sometimes parasites will make you want sugar, parasites will make you want salt, just different types of foods, things like that, and put in your body. So you have to train your mindset to overcome what those parasites want so that you can defeat them and beat them out and take them out of your body, because your body's storing in toxins, especially since those parasites crave those toxins, because guess what? They get to live. So let me keep playing the video.
Biblically, they would refer to the demons, and they always reference the pigs. If you eat a lot of pig, then you're going to get a lot of parasites, and you're going to be filled with parasites. Your vibration is going to be lowered. Your vitality is going to be lowered.
And check this out too, people. Pigs don't even die from snake bites because they have no sweat glands. Think about that. That's how that's how acidic, toxic their body is. We shouldn't be even consuming pig. Even though it does taste good, it's not good.
Your mental acumen is going to be lowered, right? So when we think of anxiety and depression, and these things are modern phenomena more so than before, it's because we are disconnected from ourselves. It is because we are disconnected from nature. It is because we are not nourishing our body properly, and it is because we are not detoxing our bodies properly. So how do I propose to look at it? I think I recommend that we take the time to go and immerse in nature. That is the best thing you can do to get rid of your anxiety. Take your shoes off, so you can reconnect with the earth, right? We are electromagnetic. The sun is electric, the earth is magnetic. We are electromagnetic. If we don't pray, if we don't meditate, the connection between heaven and earth becomes disconnected. We are the conductor. Think about it. When we pray, I mean, and I'm not going to be religious here, I'm being spiritual here. When we pray, prayer is a form of commune with the divine and with nature. And so if you were to do a visualization, when you pray, the light comes into your body through your crown chakra, and it goes through your entire body and it nourishes you.
Mm-hmm. Now you notice with this past C word, V, with this past V that we had, and they want you to check the poke for it. Notice that vitamin D does affect the vulnerability of your body when it comes to the V word that's going around in the air.
And then that's a circle. It's almost like, you know, in physics you see the magnet and the flow of energy around it. That's exactly how it is with a human. We're here, the energy flows in, it flows down through our feet into the earth, and it's like that. We also pulling it up from the earth and it goes around. When that is interrupted or broken, that is when you have the illness. That's when you have depression. That's when you have anxiety.
And let me show y'all something. You see this phone right here? You see this right here? A lot of us, when we remember when we first got our cell phones and things like that, we used to always do this stuff like that, exposing ourselves to radiation, exposing all this, your thyroid, all that. That helped in activating your anxiety as well. Not only does that happen, the exposure to radiation, but also your dieting, watching television too long, fear. Fear can definitely help when it comes to anxiety. So you have to be able to make sure you control it along with dieting. So if you can stay off your phone, computers, things like that nature, after being on it too long, controlling your dieting, have more of an alkaline-based diet, things like that, that will help you to be able to control your anxiety, especially when it comes to your hypothalamus, your thyroid, your thymus, all that good stuff. When it comes to your CNS controls all that stuff. So it's important to make sure you get balanced again, because when you have anxiety and things like that, that means that you're unbalanced and things like that. Let's go. Let me play this.
That is when you start to have physical ailments as well. Because one of the things that we emphasize a lot in Wellness Experience Jamaica is that sometimes illness is not necessarily physical, it is energetic. And so all you require is some energy healing. Energy healing is equal to immersion in nature. Go to the river, go to the beach, go out into your lawn and lie down, right? Go up to the top. If you're on a high building, go out on the balcony and breathe in some fresh air. Watch the sunset, watch the sunrise, watch some birds in your garden, right? So those are some things that you can do to shift your energy. You can raise your energy or your vibration also by listening to music, because music is a frequency, it's energy as well. And depression and anxiety sometimes have to do with the brain and one area being overactive or understimulated or undernourished. And so if you can stimulate the brain with some frequencies, and I always tell people, go onto YouTube and type in solfeggio frequencies, type in love frequency, type in frequency for anxiety, type in frequency for
Now, if y'all don't know what the love frequency is, it's 528 hertz. Um, you can look further into that, however you want to do it. And also, if you just want to, wind down, go to sleep, 432 hertz is really good as well. But definitely the love frequency helps you restore yourself, especially if you have anxiety, things like that. That helps.
Depression. Type in frequency for sadness, jealousy, any kind of emotion. There is a frequency to assist the brain to come back into equilibrium. Yeah? Another thing that you can do is dance. No, dancing has always been a part of our culture as a people, melanated people. We full of rhythm. So dancing is very much a part of melanated peoples. It is something that we do naturally. We hear the drums. The drums are healing. People don't recognize that drums and rhythm are healing. And just a sidebar, in certain African countries, if any member of the tribe started experiencing signs of mental instability, they would get them out there, they would play the drums, and they have to stamp their feet, stamp, stamp, stamp. If you think about it, that's like you're grounding, you're earthing, you're reconnecting back with Mother Nature and the vibration. So energetically, right? Mental illness, anxiety, depression have to do with the energy body being out of balance. So the dancing that we do as Jamaican people and as people of color is part of what keeps us grounded, what keeps us connected. Every ceremonial ritual for every people all over the world involves dancing. It involves sound and it involves dancing. Right? So I tell people, listen, if you're feeling depressed or if you feel anxious, turn on some music in your living room and dance. Right? If you like reggae, put on the reggae. If you like salsa, put on the salsa. Whatever it is, put it on and dance and you will feel better. I mean, some people are going to say, come on, this is chemical and this needs to be medicated. No. No. Before medication, people handled this kind of thing with ease. They knew what to enhance the nutrition with. They knew what to do to the body to get it back.
Yep.
And so it can be done. Another thing that this might seem far-fetched and unrelated to anxiety and depression, but a simple thing like coming home and taking a bath, a long warm bath in a solution of sea salt, bicarbonate of soda, and Epsom salts can also bring you back into balance, get rid of or release the anxiety, and quell to some extent certain aspects of the depression. No, I still recommend that people go and see a professional or practitioner if it is severe, but if you can incorporate these things into your day, then you will find that those things get diminished. The thought form that you hold also will influence anxiety or depression. Persons who suffer from anxiety and depression dwell a lot in the past or dwell a lot in the future. So they're anxious about the future or they're sad about the past. And so if you can become a little bit more present and just say, listen, man, I'm grateful. I'm here. I'm healthy. I'm strong. I have food on the table. I have one little work. Although the people them stress me. If you can just look at it and change your thought patterns to one of more gratitude and acceptance, then you are good. And the last one, and it's not the least, it's actually the most significant thing. if you can think of what it is that might be the root cause of your anxiety or your depression, and you can remove the root cause, then I think you'll be in a good place. So if it's a relationship and you can remove it, then by all means go ahead. If it's a job and you can remove it, then
If you're in a job that's causing you a lot of stress, leave. I don't care if you don't have no money. Your mental health is the most important thing and the only thing you got left, if anything. Leave that job, leave that environment. The last thing you want is to have a mental health that is, or should I say, a destroyed mental health. Get out of that situation. Get out of an environment that's just not healthy. I stayed in one too long at Walmart, and Lord knows I should have left, but I didn't in time. And if I could do it all over again, I would go back to that moment where I experienced my first bout with anxiety. And man, I was such a good person, such a beautiful person, beautiful soul. And so, I mean, I'm a shell of myself now, but I'm not gonna let that get in my way. I'm gonna still do me at the end of the day. But man, was I such a great person. Anxiety kills really who you are. But one thing anxiety does let you do, it lets you take a step back from life, and you tend to reflect, and you tend to look at the world for what it really is, as opposed to just being out here all willy-nilly doing anything. You tend to wake up more or less. So yeah.
by all means try to do so. If it's a living situation and you can change it, then try to do so. But at all times, be looking at how you can figure out what the root cause is. Yeah? And that would be it in terms of anxiety and depression. On another note, there are some mineral and vitamin deficiencies that can cause depression and anxiety. B12 is one of them. So if your B12 is very low, your iron will also be low. And if your iron is low, you're going to be sad, you're going to feel hopeless, you're going to feel weak and helpless. And so sometimes all you need to do is eat some food or get some supplementation.
Well, let me hear you say mountain, mountain, mountain. No.
So that's it for that video, guys. But let me tell you something. Just a few tips for anxiety. Iodine, right? Natural iodine. Get some natural iodine in your body. You know what I mean? You can get sea moss, some other kales, stuff like that to help you with iodine. What else? Iron deficiency. Dr. Sebi, Google Dr. Sebi, go on YouTube, watch some Dr. Sebi about what he talks about with iron, things like that, so that you can supply oxygen to the brain throughout the blood cells, things like that, of that nature. Iron is very important. And like she said, the B12, but also the B complex, vitamin B complex, which in other words, these are minerals that we're really talking about, because I don't really believe in vitamins myself. But if we're going to go according to Western medicine, the vitamin B complex is what you need. Also detox your bloodstream. Drink plenty of water. Kangen water is really good for you. Man, it's just so much. Have a healthy relationship between male and female. This is why I tell people you have to have an important relationship between the opposite sex. Now, if any race, if you hook up with black folks, that's important too. Hate to say it, but we have the most carbon, and carbon actually electromagnetic. We help heal people naturally, so it is what it is. But anyway, that's my time, you guys. Watch, talk, and act, but don't just act, people. Create solutions. Peace.